Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. You know, when you make more work for yourself. I'm doing this passport pouch for Hillary. I've got to think, there's so many names, it takes me a while. I've got to think of them. But I decided, because it was quite thin, this yarn, that I'd do it with 2 strands together. Only those 2 strands together were just a little bit too thick for my sewing machine. I've always, and it keeps just bunching the thread up underneath, or just jamming it, sticking, and it won't go any further. And I know if I keep trying, I'm going to knock the sewing machine out to sink, which I've done once before, and I had to get it fixed. Well, actually my son fixed it the last time for me, but he lives in Yorkshire, he doesn't live here. So if I jam it up and knock it out to sink again, so I thought I gave up. I'm going to have to sew it by hand, but at least I can do like a larger stitch to sew it, because it's not seen, because when it's folded like that. So anything that's stitched is on the inside. The only part you'll see the stitching is on the part that's folded down like that on the top when you lift it up. So I made more work for myself. I should have just used a thinner hook, a smaller hook. But I thought, oh, I'll get it made a lot quicker as well, doing it, because I was using a 5mm hook instead of a 4mm. But like I've said before, these things come to try me, and boy, they do try me. At least I've got one side, I've got that side done, and I'm nearly finished down this side, so I've only got the other side, so it is only half one, so I'll get it finished in time. I'll be able to nip to the post office with it, because I do have another order for a lady called Margaret. She bought one of my scarves. So if anyone's seen the little video, I'll probably put it up on my Just Knitting channel as well, where I showed all the cardigans and things that I have. I only have one scarf left now. If anyone wants to buy anything, instead of looking on Etsy, because I think I'll see if I can sell them first before I put them on Etsy, so I don't have to pay their fees on Etsy. So I have been selling 1 or 2 little things, and it's much better if I can keep the price down, because I would have to put the price up and on Etsy because of the charges that they would charge me. So I will wait before I put them up on my shop to see if I can sell anything directly myself, just from my channel. So I will put them up again on the Just Knitting channel, so in case there's anyone on that channel that hasn't seen them, what I have for sale. And I may tell you the price that I want for them as I put the picture up, so that'll be better for anyone. They won't have to ask me how much, they'll know how much. I'll just say how much something will be for, because I do have, the little green and white blackberry one to add to them now, and I'm in the middle of knitting another one, because I was testing my pattern myself, so I will have that one as well when I finish it. So anyway, I'm going to get this finished as soon as I can, and then nip along to the post office with them, and then just do what I have to do when I come back. And I have a little story. I was talking to my granddaughter yesterday about, we're just talking about the kids at school and the things, and she's saying she doesn't think her oldest boy would want to stay on for any extra education when he's old enough to leave and that. So I was telling her about when I was at school. I said he's probably like me. I was just telling her the time my mother had with me. From I started school would have been 46, would have been 1951. Yeah. But because my birthday was April 21st, in those days we could leave school whenever you had a break, when there was some break for a holiday like Christmas, Easter, summer. In fact, some even left between the summer and the Christmas, and that's when we could leave in those days. But it's a different system altogether these days. But anyway, my birthday was the 21st of April, and that year I have checked the date up to see when Easter was that year, because I know I left at Easter. Well, I would have still been 14 when I left, because Easter was on the 2nd of April in 1961 when I left school. But I really should have stayed on until the summer holidays, because I was still only 14, but I would not stay at school. I hated school from the day I started to the day I left. The only time I enjoyed going to school was we used to have student teachers now and again. And we had a student teacher one when I was in the seniors, because we, in our day, I'm not sure what they do now, but we had infants, juniors and seniors. The infants were 5 years to 7 years, the juniors were 7 to 11 years, and the seniors were 11 to 15 years. That was our school years when I was at school. But like I'm saying, we had, I think I was in the seniors when we had these student teachers, and it was a young lady that we had. I remember, I don't remember her name or anything like that, but I really got on well with her. But up until that time, even from being a small child and just starting school, I seemed to get picked on at school by the teachers. Whether it was anything to do with my older sister, I'm the middle one. I have an older sister, Eleanor. There's 3.5 years between me and her, and a younger sister, 3.5 years between me and her. Eleanor's the oldest, Linda's the youngest, and I'm in the middle. And my older sister, Eleanor, was a right swot. She loved school. She loved, everything to do with school, and I hated it. But I was expected to be the same as her, and I wasn't like her, so I think I got picked on because of that. And mind you, I did have a mouth on me as well. I was always answering back and always in trouble. I remember the very first memory I have, what I do remember in trouble at school, was I didn't like school. I hated it. I hated the lessons. And I just vaguely remember this day, I had my hand on both hands on the desk, and I was scratching my hands down the desk lid, the wooden lid thing. And the teacher came up with a ruler and rapped my knuckles. I don't know how old I was, but I do remember that. But my mother told me when we first started, I would have been like 5 years old. I don't know whether it was the summer, after the summer holidays when I started, or whether it's the Easter, or it could have been after the Christmas, because, you might have started before you were 5. I don't actually remember. But she said that every break, when we had playtime, we used to have playtime in the morning and the afternoon, she says, every break time when it came out in the yard, she says, you used to run away from school, and she says, come all the way home and I have to take you all the way back. Or sometimes I just have to get a neighbour to take you back, because I had a younger sister at the time, and she says if she was asleep or something like that, having a sleep, I couldn't take you back, so one of the neighbours used to do it for you. But she says after a while, she says the teachers realised what was going on, so they got my older sister Eleanor to stay with me in the in the yard. And Eleanor wasn't very happy about that, because she was in the juniors and I was in the infants. And I think she used to breathe the living daylight out of me. That's sisters for you. But anyway, that was the time, like I'm saying, I hated school. And it went right on, right up until the day I left school, because I think I got picked on all from the teachers my whole school life. And then my younger sister Linda, she said when she started school, well, my younger sister Linda is dyslexic, and it wasn't a lot known about that in them days. They just called her a dunce. But she says when she started school, she says they started picking on her and saying, I hope you're not going to be like your sister Sheila. So she says, I got the backwash of you. But that was school for me. I just hated every day. And I remember one of the teachers saying to me, because another thing, when, you know, we started getting homework while we were in the older classes and that, and I wouldn't do the homework. I had no intentions of doing the homework. They used to say to me, you'll never get a job when you leave school, and this is what she used to say to me. And I think I got annoyed with them when I was about 14, nearly ready for leaving school, and I still was doing the homework. And this one particular teacher was a man teacher. He picked on me every single time. In those days, you know, they could throw the blackboard duster at you if you weren't taking any notice. Like, I got that thrown at me I don't know how many times, especially this teacher. He hated me. And he said to me, he was the one that said to me, you will never get a job when you leave school because you don't do your homework, you don't pay attention in school and that. And I turned round and I said to him, I says, look at Mr. Toward, that was his name. I turned round to him and I said, look at, if you can't teach me what I need to know in school hours, it's a bad job, isn't it? You're not a very good teacher. And that was my answer to him. I got a job the day I left school. I could have had a job, but I was only 14. I couldn't start until my birthday on the 21st of that month. And I've never ever been, when I've needed a job, I've gotten a job without any trouble whatsoever. So much for the teachers, and I would never get a job. But you know, all the things, the homework I wouldn't do, things like algebra and other things, I've never ever had any use for it since I've left school. I've never had to use it in any way, and lots of other things that they were forcing you to do homework for. But some kids like doing homework, it doesn't bother them and all that, but I didn't. That's me. I do what I want to do, and that's it and all about it. My mother gave up. So she always just said to me, well, I suppose you're not thick, so... So that was just a little story about my school days, which I was telling my granddaughter, and she was killing herself laughing. You know. He used to say, Nana, she says, I can't believe what you were like when you were a kid. I says, when I was a kid, I says, if I wasn't your grandmother, I says, you mightn't have been allowed to play with me. I says, because there were kids where I lived, they weren't allowed to play with me because I'd get them into trouble. But you know, there was another thing. I had a friend who was left-handed, and in those days it was looked on as a fault if you were left-handed. We even had a little booklet about the left-handedness of some people, and this young girl, I can't remember what her name was, it was a long time ago, she was forced to write with her right hand, and she couldn't do it, and she was another one that called her thick because of that. And I remember her telling me one time she had to stay behind after school and write lines. I must not write with my left hand. I must not write with my left hand. I must write with my right hand. And I think her parents raised hell as the thing goes on, and they sorted them out in the school, and says, told me they cannot force someone who is left-handed to do things right-handed if it just doesn't come natural to them. I think her father actually sorted that out for her, but she was for a long time with certain teachers that thought there was something wrong with you if you were left-handed. One of my sons is left-handed, and I remember telling him that story. I think it's a good job they're not like that at school, like they were in my day. But anyway, I want to get this finished and pop along the post office, so hopefully get it finished, because it is 10 to 2 now, so I do have until I leave the house no later than 3:45, because the last pickup from my local post office is from the post box is 4:15. But not sure about parcels, because they do come backwards and forwards a few times during the day. It's not just that. That's from the post box. I also remember, I've just remembered this as well, after I had finished the video, but I've added this little bit in. I remembered about when I actually did leave school. I wasn't supposed to leave school until the summer, before the summer holidays of 1961. But I left in Easter, because my birthday was the 21st of April, but Easter was the 2nd of April that year, and I wouldn't go back after the Easter. And I remember my dad saying to me, I got told off for him. It was quite a few months later, maybe the next year sometime, I'm not sure. But he's telling me, you should have stayed at school until summer. I said, well, what for? I says, I left, I got a job, didn't I? He says, yes, but he says, I didn't realise I got tax relief for you from from the Easter up until the summer, which I wasn't entitled to. I didn't realise, and I've had to pay it back. It's all your fault. I remember my dad on about that. Like. But anyway, thumbs up and subscribe. That's my bit for today. I'll tell you another story sometime. So bye for now.